I'm a LEGO master model builder for LEGOLAND. Ask me anything. I'm Canada's only LEGOLAND Discovery Center master model builder. Yes, that means my job is to literally build fun things out of LEGO bricks. I've built everything from small builds to LEGO mosaics to a Guinness World Record breaking 21 by 11 feet LEGO Canadian flag. Ask me anything. Proof. How did you apply for a job like this? Is it an art portfolio or some kind of in-house training? What kind of prior skills are you expected to have? At LEGOLAND Discovery Center, we have something called Brick Factor. It's a huge competition where we go through different rounds of building challenges. At the end, there can only be one chosen, and that's how they pick the master model builders. We do receive some additional training, but a lot of it is based on our own skill. I've been building since I was really young and entering LEGO competitions since I was 7 or 8. It's literally a job you can say you've trained your entire life for. Can you request new parts or colors to satisfy a need on an official build? LEGO only produces certain colors and parts before that specific piece is discontinued and not produced any longer. I have access to the pieces currently produced, and yes, I can order any piece from the current list. I can't request a new mold or piece to be made. What is your favorite brick shape? The classic 2x4 brick. You can't go wrong with it. I've always wondered, what do you use to stick LEGO bricks together so they don't fall apart? Is it really just glue? The secret is a specific glue that you need to be trained to use. Can't divulge more than that. It's jizz, guys. I have a 10-year-old son who would like to spend his entire life being you. Can I apprentice him like they used to do in the old days? To sweeten the deal, he'd also wash your car. Every years, I select a group of 10 kids that help me with models and learn from me for the whole year. We have a contest to be a part of that going right now. Can a grown adult join too? I'm sure I can outbrick the 10-year-olds. How long is the process from idea to finally build? Depends on the build. Smaller builds can take only a couple days from idea to determining the best design to actually building it. Because I work at LEGOLAND Discovery Center, I also do more than just build. I'll teach classes to the kids or run parts of the attraction, so it can depend on how busy we are. We just broke a Guinness World Record though for largest LEGO brick flag in the world, and that took a solid 4 months from conceptualization to build. Is this it? Yup. My pride and joy. Have you ever snuck a Duplo block into one of your builds? Nope. Rules are rules. What's a Duplo? Something that your mother-in-law mistakenly calls Lego, and you correct her, but then everyone makes fun of you. What's your opinion on the Lego movie? Love the Lego movie. I really appreciated how they made things like water and smoke out of Lego bricks. Do you think everything is awesome? And now that song is stuck in my head again. But of course I do. Do you use LEGO outside of work? How many LEGO do you step on without shoes in a week? I collect minifigures, but I get all my building done at work. I never step on LEGO bricks. I always wear shoe. What's your favorite all-time LEGO set? LEGO set 6762. For those who are wondering, this is the set. Fort Legorido. What is the easiest way to take apart 2 bricks that are stuck? A brick separator. Never use your teeth, though I used to do that. But fun fact, my fingers are so used to putting together and taking apart bricks that I can usually just do it with my hands. I can't even tell you how many bricks had teeth marks in them when we were kids. Lots. How do you sort and store your LEGO? Also, how much time do you spend getting your pieces back in the right bin after you tear something down, compared to how much time you spend actually designing and building? BTW, you have the coolest job in the world. Congrats. I have a very organized system grouped by color and brick shape. I use cardboard crates with self-made dividers to separate pieces, 1 to 1, 1 to 2s, etc. For special pieces, minifigures, etc. I use a plastic shelving, similar to screw storage, and separate them by heads, torsos, accessories, etc. And by color/style, of course. This makes cleanup very minimal. Concepting and building usually take longer. How do you design something so complex using those small Lego bricks? Is it a matter of sketching or drawing your idea then making the Legos match that? Or do you take into consideration what is available? For some builds, I use a program called Lego Digital Designer. It lets me build my model on the computer first and see the pieces there. For most builds though, I see what I want to build in my head. I use some pictures for guidelines, but a lot of the design is trial and error. I have to take into consideration what I have as well. What does your average day look like? I arrive at work, put on my music, answer emails, and then start building. Then it's lunch, building, and home. I also do periodic TV and radio interviews. Are there pieces that only you would have that the public will never see / be able to use? Nope. Which is your dominant hand? Right or left? Right-handed. Who decides what you build? Do you have a boss that tells you what to do, or do you have the freedom to choose yourself? I get requests for builds from my managers at the LEGOLAND Discovery Center. Lots of my builds are to make the attraction a little more Lego-fied. Others are built for partners that we work with. There are some times when I build my own creations, but I always have them on display. Is this a legit career choice? Does it pay the bills? What's the route towards becoming a professional Lego builder? Pays the bills. Future is unknown, but I take it one Lego brick at a time. How much do you get paid? That's a secret. What did you build for the free build portion of your interview? That's still a thing, right? During my interview we had 4 rounds that I needed to build something for. They all had themes, animals, sports, around the house, and who are you? I built a spider, steak dinner, and a drum set, as I play the drums when I'm not at work. Do you design new sets? I notice sets often come with a series of small blocks that could be replaced with a single big block. Is this on purpose, to give us more variety? What's the process in deciding how to divide up a required space? Unfortunately I don't. From experience, smaller bricks are usually used to represent scale. Is it a stressful job? Do you have to meet hard deadlines regularly, or you usually have as much time for building as you wish / need? The job can be stressful, but I know how long it will take me on average to complete a project and I just let my managers know, so they have an idea of time. Do you master build alone, or are you allowed to master build with others? Justin Woolman. Lol. I'm the only master builder in Canada, but I do get regular helpers when needed. Did you feel like an above average Lego builder back when you were a child? Yes. Do you get a discount on Legos? As an employee of Mail & Entertainment, yes. Although it isn't as steep as you would imagine. Also doesn't apply to the best of the sets. What's been your least favorite build since you've started there? Lee had to build a Lego casing around the poles of our benches. It's super colorful, but it's a square so not really that exciting. Does it still hurt when you step on a Lego, or have you built an immunity to it? I tend to not step on them, or at least not without shoes. But you definitely build an immunity to it. My hands and fingers are used to putting together and taking apart bricks, which usually can hurt after a while. I don't notice it anymore. When you're on a date and they ask what you do, what is your response? How do they react? Happily married. My lovely wife thinks it's cool. Not sure if you know anything about it, but why is Lego itself so expensive? I can't imagine the production cost is that high. Is it just for the name? Also, apart from the Canada flag, what's been your favorite project in terms of outcome, and your favorite in terms of process? Lego is expensive because of the precision in the manufacturing process. Only 7 bricks out of 1 million fail the quality control test. My favorite builds aside from the flag are the large-scale minifigures I have made for the attraction. I'm building a collection of them, and I really like the detail and design I have given each one. An example of one is Batman at our store in our mall display window. Do you find people are shocked or intrigued when you tell them you are a master model builder? Do people think Lego is a kid's toy when you tell them? Literally all the time. People are surprised by my job. They usually say that was their dream job. Not really. I think most people know that it's timeless. A lot of adults I talk to either still build or remember how much fun they had when they played with it. What was your most difficult challenge to date? The most challenging build was probably when I built the snowbirds for LEGOLAND. Trying to make them all work in formation was difficult, and we had to hang them perfectly. What was the biggest mistake you made in a build, and how long did it take to fix it? I forgot a special brick at the bottom of my world record flag. I had to take 1 out of 3 of the flag apart to add it in. Took 30 minutes with my team. You are what my 13-year-old son aspires to be. He hides his creations because he's embarrassed of what his peers will think/say. My question is, did you get made fun of at all growing up for being a Lego nerd? And, if so, how did you handle it? Pulling my heartstrings. I'm really sorry to hear he is getting teased. From what I can remember, I was never made fun of, as I was just a kid that loved playing with Lego. Lego bricks/models very rarely left my house, as I didn't want to lose any pieces, so the friends that saw them were usually at my house, and that is just what we did for fun. I always showed my models to my parents and they would always give me lots of support.